Hi folks, and welcome to Power to Negotiate. Today's session is going to be about edifying your partner. Now, I'm not a huge believer in partners because you never know what your partner is going to do and you never know if they're going to be on the same page as you are. However, if you do have one, make use of them. If you don't have a partner, use one in negotiating. And you're going to say, Reed, what are you talking about? I'm negotiating with a seller. How can I use a partner if I don't have one? Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. I'm going to make you the best offer I possibly can, but if my best offer doesn't meet your needs, can we still shake hands and walk away from the deal as friends? Is that fair? They say yes. Whenever you make a deal, whenever you start talking to someone, always use a third party as the deciding factor. You're not the guy. What you want to do is you want to say, that's a great thing. I'm going to have to run it by my boss. I'm going to have to run it by my partner. I'm going to have to run it by my financial advisor. I'm going to have to run it by my wife. I'm going to have to run it by my girlfriend. And you have them commit, and then you have a person that you can use as a third-party referent that can say, you know, that not quite a good enough deal. She thinks you're going to have to come down 10%, otherwise she's going to say no on this deal. You put somebody else as the bad guy. When you do that, how do they respond? If they're motivated, remember the 3 steps in motivation. They have to, number 1, have a time crunch. Number 2, they have to have a dreadful alternative. And number 3, they have to have pain. If they don't have a dreadful alternative, time crunch, and pain, there's no sense in even dealing with them. However, if they have those, guess what? They will do anything. If they're right there at the edge, the only thing they need to do is come down just a little bit. And it doesn't hurt to constantly be using this up until the time that you agree. Once you agree to this, the words that you say are gold. Never, ever, ever change your bargain after you've negotiated this. Yes, could you succeed and have them agree to your terms? Yes, you could. You don't want to have that reputation. Years ago, I had this one borrower that was looking to borrow money on a hotel complex. And so I lined up my lender. My lender agreed to all the terms. We were ready to go. We were just getting down to closing, and the lender wanted to raise the interest rate and reduce the amount. In other words, they changed the terms at the last second. Do they have that right? Absolutely. Will I ever work with that person again? Absolutely not. I had another time, I had a borrower that had agreed to all the terms. This was a golf course and a subdivision. And they wanted to borrow something like $5 million. And I had the lenders coming up. They'd already agreed to everything in principle. We had all of our due diligence done. They were just coming up to do an eyeball on the project. The day before the lenders came up, the borrowers reduced the amount of the collateral by 50%. Boom. Do they have the right to do that? Absolutely. Will I ever work with them again? Absolutely not. Because you want your word to be gold. So you can negotiate up until the time that you say, let's do this, these are the terms, you shake hands on the deal. Once you shake hands, that deal is good. And if the deal isn't good, if you say, oh, no, I can't do this, back out of the deal gracefully. But don't try to renegotiate the deal. Can you do that? Have other people done that before? Yes, they have. I don't want you to do that. I want you to have integrity in your negotiating. Now, that does not mean that you're not trying to get the best deal you can before you come to terms. And just because I ask you for X amount for my product or for my house doesn't mean that you have to pay me that amount. But once you agree to it, and once they agree to it, keep your word.